I got a really slow start to the day, but it doesn't matter because right now SQQ and TQQ are within a zone. What I went ahead and did, I downloaded my webull onto this laptop because I did realize that last video you couldn't see what I was speaking about in regards to webull and the daily charts and stuff like that. So all of these indicators are mentioned in a previous video, so you can look at my previous videos to see how I set up these indicators. I'll see if I can tag those videos down below in the comment section. But what I'm seeing right now based off of TQQ is that it is pretty much oversold. Look at the MACD is at the bottom. It's looking for a reversal. You always go to the daily, at least I always go to the daily for direction. If you go to the daily here, you're going to see this huge gap down. So basically on Friday, we ended here. Like right here at this wick, we ended around here. And then with this morning sell-off and pre-market yesterday, or the Asian market last night, not yesterday, the Asian market last night, it gapped down all the way to like $51 and something cents. I think it's $51 and like 33 cents or whatever. And that's where the market opens. So this is a huge gap right here. This is a gap down. So normally when there's a gap down like this, it has to fill, not that it has to, but there's a rule of thumb that says it has to fill this gap. So I'm looking for a potential fill of gap that will come up to around 50 to 75, possibly even hit this moving average right here, the 8-day moving average, which is the blue line. If it doesn't do that, then we're looking for it to drop to like 49.29, which is possible support right here, this candle. And why is it this candle? Because it cannot be this candle because we're already way past that candle. It cannot be this candle because we're past that candle. So if you keep looking back, this is the furthest candle out, which we haven't passed in a downtrend, right? So that is what we can name as the next support or the next level it would go down to if it does decide to sell off. So I'm going to go ahead and draw right here, get a little pen, horizontal, and I'm just going to draw that right there as a possible support. And if it breaks that support, we're looking for another possible support of, let's draw that again. Right here, we're going to do the horizontal again. Let's see here, that's below the 200. So the 200 moving average is this purple line. So I'm going to draw a possible support there, the 200 moving average on the daily. And if it pushes past that, then the next support would be this red candle and even this green one. So we can basically state both of them. I'm going to go with 45.20 and 46.20. So let's draw that, right? So right now I'm teaching you how to draw your support and resistance line based off of the daily chart. Some people use the 1 hour chart, some people use the daily, it's whatever you like. But to me, I prefer the daily. All right. So now that we have these lines drawn, which we should have drawn it early, but like I said, I had a really late start to my day. These are all the possible supports. Now, how do you draw your resistance? Very similar. We're going to look for the next, let's see, right here, 45.61, which could be the bottom of this wick. That would be a resistance level here, 42.47. Look at all this consolidation around here. Not 40, I keep saying all the wrong numbers. 52. These are the consolidations. And if you can't find that, then you can, on the daily, as easily as I found it here, then let's move to the hourly, right? Here's the, or you can move to the 4 hour. 4 hour might be a bit better because it's normally minute, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours daily. So if you look at it here, you got the 1 minute. Well, all of these you can use too, but you see, 15 minutes, 20, 30, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour daily, you see. So I'm going to use the 4 hour and the 4 is showing a possible resistance right here at this red line, which is the 8-day moving average, 52.93. So let's go ahead and again draw our lines. Come on, right there. You can bring it down just a bit. And then let's go ahead and draw the next one, which would be that 200 moving average right here. And then we're going to draw the next one, which would be this 41-day moving average. Super trend right here. Those are support and resistance. And then if you move to different time frames, these will collaborate. I got a new mouse. This was the old mouse that broke. This is the new mouse. That's another reason why. Oh, look at that push up. I was a bit late. I didn't set this mouse up in the morning. So I was trying to set up the mouse, and then I have a wireless keyboard. So I couldn't figure out which little adapter would belong to the wireless keyboard and which one belonged to the old mouse and the new mouse. And I was like trying to pull out these little adapters from the back of the mini computer, and my nails are in the way. Yeah, it's fine. Hectic mornings. What about that game? Yeah. I went to sleep pretty late last night, watching us get an interception on the last minute. Yeah. But you know what? Kudos to Fernando Mendoza, Cuban American, doing his thing from Miami. Huge props to him. All right. We're still waiting to see which confirm. We do use the ORB. Oh, wait, this is webull. So now let's go to trading view to see the ORB. I love to have trading view open on this laptop that we're on. And I have my webull over here because I'm not a fan of switching between. I need to see everything kind of like out in the open, I guess. So we'll stay in trading view here. I showed you what I basically do on webull and the daily. Actually, you see the daily right here. So let's see what it does with the daily. It's pushing up. Look at that. So let's keep this in the 5-minute. And then this right here. Well, I have the 5-minute here. So let's keep this in the 2-minute then. That's how I have it over here. 2-minute, 5-minute, and a daily. So I'll just mimic this laptop or the screen here. So 52.18 is a high, and TradingView is going to show you that. You see? I don't have to. Well, TradingView is a little off, but it's fine. Oh, look, it says it right here. 52.18 is a high. Let's see if it does that, if it moves forward. This is my 5-minute. I am looking for it to come into 53.08. If it passes 52, this right here, the ORB, passes it, comes back down with the red candle, and then pushes forward, we will get in. But that is a confirmation. We look for that here, at least in the 2-minute chart. Because if we wait the entire 5 minutes, we're going to possibly miss the uptrend. If there is an uptrend, that is. Right. As I said, slow start to the day. Let me drink my protein. I did go to the gym earlier. I dropped off my son at 8:30. That was also a slow start. Like overall, the entire morning has been a slow start. It's pretty cold here in Miami. It's like 55 degrees. And for some folks, it's like 55 degrees is perfect. For me, it's not. my son decided to walk out in shorts. So I turned back around. I took out his compression pants. There it goes. It's pushing. And he changed in the car. So he put on his compression pants under his shorts, school shorts, and then we went to school. So lesson learned here, 5211. It's pushing. Lesson learned here, have your children dress properly before they exit the house, because then you're turning back around and your day consolidating or trying to elongate it. Took them to school, got to the gym pretty late. Then I'm doing like this squares thing for our baseball team where we're raising money for the kids' equipment, for uniforms, etc. If you're sports parents, you know about all of this raising money stuff. And I'm helping with this square activity where you buy a square for the Super Bowl and you pay $25, you choose one of the squares, and then you send the money to the kids' parents or whatnot. Well, I got pretty trigger happy, I guess. And every time I saw on the app that there was a purchase, I marked it as paid. Whoops! I was supposed to confirm the payment with the head coach, and I just marked it as paid. So I'm there on the treadmill this morning, going back, trying to figure out who these individuals are who have purchased a square, and then I'm going on like Instagram looking for the person's name, seeing who from the team follows them, getting it all tallied up, and then reaching out to the team members and be like, hey, did this person pay for this square? So as I'm doing this, I'm losing track of time, and instead of leaving the gym like at 9:20 that I normally do, because I live like 5 minutes away, to get to my desk, you don't need a lot of prep time. Like all of this, I think I said in a previous video, all of this you can do in like 10 to 15 minutes. So if I leave the gym at like 9:15, I'm done prepping by like 9:25. So I lost track of time there. I'm still waiting. I'm blabbering away because I'm waiting for it to break 52:18. That's what we're waiting for. Then I finally figured out who everyone belonged to. So sorry, Daddy, if you're watching, I fucked up. But now I'm not gonna mark as completed anymore. And that's what happened. That's why I lost track of time and got here late. But it's fine because as you can see, it's consolidating, so we didn't lose much. Whenever you normally when it does this, it doesn't break it. It means that there's not enough volume and it can push back down because there's not enough volume. What's keeping me at bay is the fact that we have all of these indicators below, and this hasn't come closer to the red one. So because that's happening, I'm not as concerned with the possible pullback. You see the gap between these two? That's what I'm looking at over here. Now, if does this exactly what's happening, that's when you get concerned, because now it's trying to go towards the 8, and when it tries to go towards the 8 or whatever indicators on this corner, it can try to push down, and then you'll confirm a push down or a rejection. So it's working so hard to pass that 5218. If you look at the 5-minute, it's still a little okay. 5218 will take you to 5273 on the 5. You see right here, 5234 actually on the 30-minute. It just has to get past 5218. Look, still looking pretty strong. Not strong, solid. It doesn't look like Let's see if it flies, if it passes 52.18. All right, I'm gonna cut the video because I understand the last video was pretty long, but I did want everyone to see like how the candles move because that's like the most important aspect of trading, understanding how these candles move. There, boom. You saw that quick jump?